Good evening. I'm reconvening the June 8th, 2026 regular meeting of the Board of Trustees. No items to go during closed session. Next, we'll rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Public comment period. At a regular meeting of the Board of Trustees, the public may comment on items within the subject matter jurisdiction of the governing board. For items on the agenda, the public may comment at the time the board considers the agenda item. For items not on the agenda, the public may comment under the item 5A, public comment. The Board of Trustees requests that individuals who would like to address the Board of Trustees on an item do so by filling out a request to address the OUSD School Board card and turning it into the superintendent prior to the agenda item. Cards are available at the meeting. Comments are limited to not more than 3 minutes. Groups are asked to limit their comments to a total of 5 minutes. The board shall limit the total time of public comment to 20 minutes. To comply with the Brown Act, the board may listen to comments from the speakers, but can neither discuss nor take action on the issues presented. Is there any public comment?
No public comment.
Okay. Moving on to our action items and public hearings. First one, the 2026-27 OUSD Local Control Accountability Plan.
Okay, so staff presented LCAP last Monday. We've had it posted for 10 days now for any public comments, and we have made no changes. So we're recommending approval of the LCAP.
Any comments or questions? No. Ms. Forward, if there are no, and no public comments.
No public comment.
All right, then this is on for action.
This is Vanita. I move that we approve the 2026-2027 OUSD LCAP.
I'll second. This is Hillary. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Next one for Vika, the 2026-27 Orinda USD budget proposal.
Yes, this was also presented last Monday for 26-27 budget proposal, and we are recommending for approval.
Thank you. Any questions or comments on board?
No.
You're very good as well. Any public comment?
There's no public comment.
Okay, this is also on for action.
This is Hillary. I move that the board adopt the 2026-2027 proposed budget.
This is Etta, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item C, excess of minimum reserve requirements.
Yes, this is for the 26-27 ending fund balance, how it is being used, and this was presented last Monday as well, and it is recommended for your approval.
Any comments or questions? Just like last time, last item. Thank you for last week's information. So I don't have any comments or questions either. Is there any public comment?
No public comment.
Is there a motion then?
This is Hillary. I move that the board approve the excess of minimum reserve requirements.
This is Eve, I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item D, resolution 2628, authorizing 2025-26 year-end budget transfers.
Yes, this is an annual resolution we bring to the board at the end of the school year. This resolution will permit us to process any budget transfer that needs to be processed to make payment for 25-26 any invoices.
That's pretty self-explanatory. So no questions from me. Anybody have a question or comment?
No, it's pretty standard.
Any public comment?
No public comment.
Okay. Is there a motion then?
This is Hillary. I move that the board approve resolution number 26-28, authorizing year-end budget transfers.
This is Vanita. I second.
Trustee Collins-Coleman?
Aye.
Trustee Phillips?
Aye.
Trustee Nantavant?
Aye.
Vice President Weiner?
Aye.
President Shogun? Aye. Motion carries. All right. Item E, resolution 2629, authorizing 2026-27 education protection account spending plan.
Yes. This is for 26-27 Education Protection Act money, how it's being spent, and we are spending it to pay for the certificated employees.
Is there other questions or comments? No. Okay, any public comment?
No public comment.
Okay, this one is also on for action.
This is Hillary. I move that the board approve resolution number 26-29, authorizing 2026-27 education protection account spending plan.
This is a second.
Trustee Phillips.
Aye.
Trustee Mantovan.
Aye.
Trustee Collins Coleman.
Aye.
Vice President Weiner.
Aye.
President Shogun.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, item F, Expanded Learning Opportunities Program 2026-2027 Plan.
Okay. I'm sorry, I do have to present. So, okay, so I will be very brief because I think the board has heard us talk about ELOP plan in the past. I'll just quickly review what the purpose of it is. ELOP, or Extended Learning Opportunity Plan, program plan, is required by the Ed Code. And it's been required for the last couple of years. It refers to before school, after school, summer, or intersession learning program. So it's really outside of the school hours programming. The major requirements are that the schools during the school days offer before and after school opportunities that would be no less than 9 hours of combined instructional time. So that includes, so it would be a 9-hour before, aftercare, instructional time, recesses, lunches, passing periods, and so on. And then non-school days that we have to, based on this plan, have at least 30 additional days, up to 9 hours, but no less than 9 hours, actually, could be more. And this is to be offered through 6th grade, so elementary school and then 6th grade. We would hope to actually start offering ELOP during the 26-27 school year. We have not done that in the last 2 years. And if you might remember during our audits, that has been our only audit finding in the last 2 years, which is the way the state accounts if you're offered it or not. That just means that we have to return the funding that they have given us. So it didn't cost us anything. And the reason we didn't do that because it didn't cost out for us. We would be going into the general fund. So based on the current recommendation from the state, which will hopefully be finalized in their adopted budget, we believe that we can actually offer a program because the amount increased, the minimum amount. So with that, the way we would work through it is we would be offering it through BASC. And it's very similar to what Moraga programming is currently because they have a similar before and after care structure. So we would offer extended learning opportunities through our current BASC schedule between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Even though BASC runs longer, that's really the designated time when we can offer some enrichment opportunities. And those are the enrichment. We can do intervention, academic and social emotional support. Really, those are the buckets of themes. And then the 30 non-school day programming, these are the days that when Kiva surveyed her staff on when would people be available to work, these are the days that we could probably offer programming. Ideally, we would offer during PD days. That's really the most required by our parents, but that's also a professional development for our staff too. So, so we would offer 2 days of Thanksgiving break, 2 days of winter break, spring break time, and then making sure it's covered really the entire month of June when we offer extended school year as well. So our students need some additional time. Offered in grades TK through 6. There's a mandatory ratio of 1 adult to 10 children for TK. Everything else is, there's no mandated ratio, but BASC keeps it around 1 to 20. And with that, staffing, it will be provided by current BASC staff. Program will also contract with vendors to provide some services and programming. And then we're also looking to partner with City of Orinda and involve some of their camps as well. And we've had some initial discussions about that in the last couple of years. Budget, we want to make sure that ELOP is to be offered as a self-sufficient program, not dependent on the general fund contribution. We'll present the detailed budget in August once we know the exact amount from the state. And then students identified as homeless, foster youth, or who qualify for free and reduced lunch would be free of charge. Others we actually potentially could charge. And that's what we're seeing in our neighboring districts is that they get charged to participate if you are non-mandatory. So, but it's a
additional
service.
charge than the BASC?
Yeah, so the BASC charge is BASC charge, but if you want an additional month of June, you would pay for that month of June.
So for families that don't qualify, essentially this translates for them to a bunch of extra days at baskets open during the day.
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
Yes,
And they would pay for that, of course, but, and then this becomes neutral because those fees would also cover any of
correct.
the.
And that's what number one, the fees are higher,
Yeah.
the funding coming in from the state is higher. And then we could and then offset it with the fees with some families.
What about the sixth graders? It says teachers.
So we would offer for them to go to Basque. We haven't examined, so they could be dropped off for some of these hours. We could also examine offering something at OAS. We just don't have that structure there yet.
Yeah.
But we could offer some of those enrichment programming there as well. We just weren't ready for that because Basque doesn't go through
Right.
JM. I mean, through OAS. JM offers it.
Does it provide transportation?
Yeah.
Yes, they would, we don't offer payment for transportation, so they would be able to get reimbursed if they're getting dropped off at the elementary school, only if you're one of those student categories, not everyone.
Are we mandated to Eve's point?
Yes, we're gonna be offering it to them,
So
yes.
we're just like
Sixth
a down
graders.
raise since that's the closest school,
Yeah.
so we could even.
Well, they could even go to Sleepy
you're
if they
right.
would live there, yes,
Yeah.
but technically, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna offer it to sixth graders.
And
We don't
those are-
see them taking us up on it, but we're gonna look at it, especially if there's enrichment programming.
So then current Basque employees would be able to provide the intervention and the academic and SEL support?
Not necessarily. So they do provide enrichment. There's
Right.
all sorts of interventions. So for example, we had intervention last year running through Basque around math intervention, and we actually paid certificated staff for those out of contract hours, OCH. So we're looking at that, or paying for some tutoring during that time. So that's what we're looking at, unless there's somebody with training.
I like the image, by the way.
It's from our website. That's our Basque, official Basque mascot image right there.
That's cute.
So did not invent it myself.
Okay. Well, I think it'd be great to offer something like this. So they're gonna see the funds available, hopefully available, to be able to do it.
Okay.
And then going forward, then we'll know, of course, what the state.
We'll bring the
approves, and
exact
then-
budget
and then we'll
during
talk further.
45-day revised budget in August.
Yes. Okay. Great. Thank you. Any other questions?
And the detailed plan is with the templates attached.
Is there any public comment?
There's no public comment.
Okay, then this is on for action.
This is Hillary. I move that the board approve the OUSD ELAP plan.
This is Eve, I second.
All in favor? Motion carries. Right, item G, resolution 2627, authorizing increase in developer fees. Open the public hearing. Mika?
Thank you. So Orinda residents is increasing the square footage of their residence, or the developer coming in to create some livable space. School can charge the developer fee, and that goes to the Fund 25, and we utilize that. Every 2 years, the allocation board updates the rate, and it was increased at the beginning of 2026. But we have to do the study to show that we are eligible, or we are allowed to increase the rate. So the study was done, and it shows we are eligible to increase the rate. Of course, it's gonna 70% will stay with us, 30% goes to Acalanes School District. But here's the plan, and it was notified in public 2 times on the newspaper, and we are bringing this to you for approval to increase the fee.
Other comments about this? I remember approving a slight increase a few years ago.
That was, yes, that was 2024.
And you know, I think it makes sense. We rely quite a bit on
Mhm.
any local form of funding. And do we approve first and then Acalanes matches, or do they already?
They already did.
They did, okay.
They already
Okay, I
did.
got that, okay.
And I think, yes, so they already did the public hearing and approved their increase.
Okay, so it's essentially we'd like to share in that.
Yes.
Okay. Any further comments?
No.
Okay, is there any public comment?
No public comment.
Is there a motion?
We have to close
Oh,
this.
sorry, I'm gonna close your public hearing.
So moved.
Oh, go ahead.
I'll second.
Etta, thank you. And second was,
Aye.
thank you. And trustee Collins Coleman.
Aye.
Trustee Phillips.
Aye.
Trustee Nantivant. Aye. Vice President Weiner.
Aye.
President Shogun.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Moving on to item H, our employment contract for the superintendent. We are considering the approval of the Fifth Amendment to Superintendent Glimmy's employment agreement. Note that there are copies of the amendment in the agenda materials for any member of the public who would like to view it. This Fifth Amendment does the following. Number one, extends the superintendent employment agreement for 1 year through June 30th, 2030. Number two, updates the salary for the superintendent to provide a retroactive salary increase of 2.75% to reflect that she will receive the same salary increase as the other certificated managers in the district for the 2025-26 school year. Number three, provides for a 2% salary increase for the 2026-2027 school year based on the superintendent receiving an exceptional rating on her 2025-2026 evaluation. Item four, all other terms of the superintendent employment agreement remain unchanged. Are there any comments or questions from the board?
I just wanted to say thank you for your consideration on this and your feedback.
Well, thank you for your
Yeah.
exceptional work.
The fifth really reminds me that I've been here for 5 years. So, no, I really appreciate your considering this. Thank you.
I'll add that we're very pleased to have you stick around and appreciate all the work that you've put in this past year. And
2030
continue to
sounds-
put
yeah.
in all the time.
2030 sounds like not in our lifetime, but it's happening.
It is, but it is. Is there any public comment? Yeah. Then this is on for action.
So moved. I'll second. This is Hillary.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Now I can officially really say thank you. It's awkward to say thank you before we actually approve it. So thank you so much for your trust.
Sure.
Here, so
All right, well, we'll move on then to our discussion items. The first one being.
one more.
Sorry, yeah, okay. Item I, 2026-27 Board of Trustees regular meeting schedule.
yeah, so we drafted a schedule for next school year. The board has already approved through December. Yes. So we wanted to add the rest of the dates. It follows either our second or third Monday formula with the change in June because Memorial Day is on May 31st. This would push our June meetings late into June. So we're proposing having 2 board meetings in 1 week, which would be actually Tuesday and Thursday of that week, with Tuesday being dedicated to all the public hearings and presentations, and Thursday would give us a day to make any updates. So.
Any comments or?
No, I just appreciate you doing that for the June meeting.
Thank you. Yeah, same. I think it's worth a shot. See how it goes. All right, is there any public comment?
No public comment.
Okay, and this is on for action.
This is Hillary. I move that the board approve the Board of Trustees 2026-2027 regular meeting schedule.
This is Benita, I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Now the discussion items. Item A, OUSD nature area update.
Yeah, we wish we could give you a little bit more of a robust update around what's going on there. We've just hit tricky times around the nature area, but there is a lot of movement. So just as a quick reminder, we were successful in actually selling 16 acres of nature area to John Muir Land Trust, which is a huge accomplishment for the board and all of us. So we're excited about what they're doing already on their part. This is just a reminder of how the property is divided between John Muir and OUSD. We did gather input in the spring around what to do with the nature area. We did it with a community-wide survey. There was just under 200 responses, quite a few from outside non-parents, community members, and then we had parents and staff. really the key input on what they wanted to see done on our side. And I think some of the kind of bled around on the other 16 acres is they really wanted this to be an outdoor classroom and a hands-on learning opportunities for our students. They wanted this to be really connected to science and environmental education, and then our stewardship around keeping our outside education, preservation of the natural character of the property. Definitely did not want to see some major buildings and such being built. But the safe, accessible trails and gathering spaces really sounded a little more like a John Muir, because we don't really have trails on 3 acres, but we can have gathering spaces. Regular student use across all grade levels. There was a lot of input around every grade level should have access to this, including the middle school, which did not in the past, and potential partnership with Miramani as well. Strong connection to community and family engagement, and then recognition of the nature area as a unique OUSD asset and point of pride, which I believe we are, and we can really celebrate that there. So we did not see any input that conflicted with what the district wanted to see there as well, and what we were intending to do. I just quickly put the input of John Muir Land Trust there just a little bit ahead in front of us, and that was by design. We wanted to see what they were going to do with those 16 acres so we can complement each other. They've gotten input through survey. They also held multiple sessions for community input. I happened to go to one of them, and were really well run and designed. This one was specifically held at Wagner Ranch Gym. So the number one thing, and there's a link there to their website, was access and exploring. They really want this open to community, just to utilize and view and look at those trails, restoring and stewarding, and then learning, playing, and gathering, which is all complementary to what we have. Next steps. We wish we were clearing out things right now, but there's nesting season. So we can't even touch any of the trees right now. Our first really is, we have a couple of things in the budget that was originally approved in that $1.5 million grant. And that is to have staff coordinator really be in charge of nature area and the connection to the other school sites. So we could see that person looking at the gardens, looking at the gardening curriculum, outdoor learning curriculum at the school sites, and with the main focus of the nature area. And that would be like a teacher on special assignment. That would be a coordinator, not an administrative position in this case. I skipped the logistics. We're still working through MOFD approving some address changes there, because right now John Muir Land Trust and us share the same address, so we need to separate that. We also probably in the fall should consider a naming structure. They're Wagner Ranch Nature Area, we're Wagner Ranch Nature Area. We can't be both. So I've just been referring to it as an Orinda Nature or USD Nature Area, but I'm not sure. I don't think that's the right. We'll just have to come up. I don't know.
Change the name of it?
They did not. They kept it as a Wagner Ranch Nature.
Not JMLT, but didn't Friends change it sometime back?
Yeah, but that wasn't approved by anyone.
Okay, so that was just the, yes.
Yeah. So,
I didn't know how formalized that was.
not. And then access we're looking at right now. So they have access actually right by Bear Creek Road, which they're using right now. I mean, entire Wagner Ranch campus is right now is locked. And then there's the fence being built in between the two with the access in between those two areas. So really the next step is the facility improvement. So what we would do is once we settle into our construction for the summer, which is just over a couple, right now it's a lot, is to get a request for proposal for design and then facility improvement. So we would look at putting out an RFP, getting a bid that would include design it based on this input and then build it. And that would include also the demo of the areas like the greenhouse that shouldn't be there, approval of the paths and some of the sheds that are there.
And the budget for this is?
The budget is the grant that we
Right.
received, the allocation from the state, correct. That's what we're working on within the budget. And then depending on what it's being used, we'll have a plan for future.
Okay.
So our goal is to really kickstart this at some point during the summer, go out for an RFP, start working in the fall. That's a good time to actually make adjustments. The birds have stopped nesting, all of it's the right time environmentally, and then before the storms. So that's
Would be
What's
great
going
to
on with
see some
nature?
progress there.
Yes. Yes. Happy to answer any questions.
Question around the design piece, but I know this is sort of a funding issue as well. With having a coordinator be doing the curriculum, that kind of piece, to me, that's a little bit of a different job to design.
Oh,
and
no,
that kind
design
of
would be
thing. So we
like,
would need to contract
oh,
design
it would be
out,
like a
correct?
landscape. Is that the right
Yeah.
term, landscape architect? Mhm.
Landscape architect.
Yeah, because they also have to know the DSA regulations for our section, all the
Okay,
paths
that's
and
kind of what
such.
I wanted to
No, it would be
confirm.
professionally designed based on the input that we have gathered and working with staff.
Okay.
Yeah, the coordinator I really view as like programming,
Yeah.
building the curriculum, and if it's hired sooner than later, it would be start planning the curriculum, being part of the design. So that once it's open, it's ready to go, as opposed to then we're building it. Any other questions?
No.
So I'm sure this will be back in the fall.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay, another update
Yes.
soon. All right, and that was just on for discussion. Is there any
Yes.
public comment? Item B, board member school assignments for the 2026-2027 school year.
So Angel's gone through our rotation spreadsheet, and this is our suggested. And only 5 of you in 5 schools, so we keep rotating, but this is our suggestion for next year. And we would start really in August. So please let me know if there's any issues.
I'm fine with it.
That's good. Yep.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, any public comment?
No
Nope.
public comment.
Okay, item C, the Board of Trustees compensation report for 2025-2026.
Okay, Mika.
Yes, this is what was paid for board-related activities in 25-26, and all the expenditure was SBA related.
We'll fix the formatting of this. Or maybe that's just how I'm. Oh, there it is. I fixed it. It's, I mean, I just, thank you for volunteering. Appreciate you doing this, and I mean, clearly there's no paid compensation, but you put in a lot of full-time hours, so really appreciate that. We'll offer you another CSP conference.
Opens tomorrow.
All right, well, thanks for bringing this forward.
Yes,
for
this is a
transparency.
mandated report, yes.
Yeah, any
for us.
comments or questions?
Nope.
Are you enjoying that master's in governance?
I'm not doing it right now.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Any public comment?
No public comment.
This is just on for discussion. Item A, I'm sorry, 8, measure E&I implementation.
Perfect. This is just a change order, no cost time extension. It's going to be extending Rodan's contract completion date from August 1st, 2026 to September 30th, 2026, just to let them do the punch list items, closeout documents, and submission for the DSA.
Thank you. Straightforward and no cost. So no questions from me. Anybody else?
Same.
Okay, any public comment?
No.
All right, this is on for action.
Mrs. Hiller, I move that the board approve the change order number 02.
This is Anita, a second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. That brings us to our board policies. Items listed under the board policy section are typically updates and new policies or administrative regulations that have been recommended by the California School Boards Association. These policies are generally acted on by the Board of Trustees in one motion. There's no discussion of specific policies before the board vote unless a member of the board, staff, or public requests specific items to be discussed and or removed from the board policy section. It is understood that the administration recommends approval of all board policies as presented. Each item in the board policy section approved by the board shall be deemed to have been considered in full and adopted as recommended. Any public comments?
No public comment.
Okay. This is on for action.
Mrs. Hiller, I move that the board approve board policies in 9B through M. This is at a second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Brings us to our communications and announcements. Charles?
Wow.
fast.
You're welcome.
All right, good evening. My name is Charles Shannon, President of the Orinda Education Association. So to our school board, district leadership, staff, parents, and the Orinda community. We want to say as educators, our daily focus is centered inside the classroom on the growth, the curiosity, and the well-being of our students. We are privileged to teach. Yet, we're always acutely aware that the magic happening inside our schools is only possible because of the extraordinary devotion existing outside of them. So on behalf of the Orinda Education Association, we want to express our profound gratitude to this incredible community. While we provide the pedagogy and guidance, it is your collective dedication that provides the true scaffolding of our students' success. Our parents and volunteers are the vital partners who bring this dedication to life every single day. From volunteering directly in our classrooms and sponsoring school events to ensuring your children arrive ready to learn, your active presence brings a wonderful energy to our campuses and creates a seamless connection between home and school. We also see firsthand the direct impact of our community donors because of your financial generosity, alongside the tireless work of our parent clubs and educational foundations. Our classrooms are equipped with the rich resources and innovative programs that allow us to teach to the highest standards. Furthermore, we extend our gratitude to our district leadership and the school board. Thank you for your continued stewardship, for working alongside us to foster an environment where educators feel valued and students remain the central focus of every decision. They say it takes a village to raise a child. In Orinda, we are blessed with a village that doesn't just show up, but consistently pours its heart, time, and resources into the future of our children. So thank you for trusting us with your children, for partnering with us in their growth, and for surrounding our schools with such an incredible foundation of care. We are truly honored to work in a community that values education as a shared living priority. So thank you so much and happy summer.
Hey, Charles. Okay, are there any cabinet updates?
I'll just say really quickly that we have extended school year happening. Today, Math Boost started, so Del Rey, actually Charles is teaching English learner classroom, which is really lovely. Budget comes out from the state by June 15th, so we'll know much more by this Friday. And I want to say special kudos to Dale. It is madness on our campuses, but it is progressing really well. I think they're actually, everyone's on time so far, maybe potentially even ahead of schedule at one of the schools. It's not without problems, and they're all going through Dillman, but it is, we got to visit all the school sites today, and I'm exhausted, so I don't know how it's doing every day. But it's just a lot of construction. So yes, we'll give you a lot of photos in this update. So there's a lot going on there. Yeah. And that's it.
All right, are there any board updates or board reports?
Happy summer to everybody. Enjoyed some time off, I hope.
Yeah, I hope you all get to take a little bit of time and deal with. Sorry, this has been a really busy time.
Yes.
And I think
But
this is
thank you.
Brian's last meeting, so I just want to say congratulations on your.
Appreciate that.
You will be missed.
I didn't want to
Be
jinx
very
us and
missed.
have us a
Be
special.
very
that's-
missed. Your last
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Can OEA make another comment because we
You may.
were remiss? All right.
Yeah, go for it.
Apologize. Again, this is Charles Shen, President of the Orinda Education Association, and we have Sean Brennan, our Vice President of the Orinda Education Association. It's hugely bittersweet. We know you're going to enjoy an amazing retirement. But like I've said to you many times, Brian, it's so heartfelt how much you mean to Orinda. It's hard for me to see you go. I've never worked with such a professional who connects on every level, who knows people, takes the time to connect. You truly are the most amazing leader I have met. You have mentored me. Sean has said to me as well, There's so many things you've done to help us along to make this district the best that it can possibly be. You work tirelessly. Your passion, your dedication, the connection you made are just something I'll never forget. I hope to keep in touch with you because you're a person that I look up to in terms of the meaning of what we do for community. You've poured everything into this community. And I think we're all so very grateful that you came back, you retired and then came back. You know, I go to many interviews and, you know, I listen to candidates and I remember that all the things that I heard you say came true. You meant it. It wasn't just words. It was in your daily actions every day. It's just been an incredible journey and a blessing for me to get to work alongside you. So thank you.
Appreciate that, Charles.
Yes.
Thank you. Really, thank you, Sean.
Thank you, Brian. If can I actually just?
Get up there.
Go for it.
Just briefly, want to say thank you, Brian, for all your hard work. And also just say that we're going to miss the creativity and the flexibility that you bring helping our members to balance their personal and their professional lives. On a personal note, I will miss your levity in the sometimes tense situations that arise in the bargaining room. So thank you. Your retirement is well deserved and you will be missed. And for those who don't know, Brian and I went to sister colleges at UC Santa Cruz. So once a banana slug.
Thank you, Sean.
So well.
Thank you for allowing that. Appreciate it.
Of course. You will be very missed. Congrats. All right, we'll move on to our consent calendar. Items listed under the consent calendar are considered to be routine and are acted on by the Board of Trustees in one motion. There is no discussion of these items before the board votes unless a member of the board, staff, or public requests specific items to be discussed and or removed from the consent calendar. It is understood that the administration recommends approval of all consent items. Each item on the consent calendar approved by the board shall be deemed to have been considered in full and adopted as recommended. Is there any public comment?
Nope.
Yeah, actually, I shouldn't have said that. Okay, is there a motion?
Mrs. Hillary, I move that we approve the consent calendar.
This is Benita, I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Brings us to our future agenda items.
I mean, we have a plan for our August meeting based on what was done before. We definitely will bring a 45-day budget revise, says if needed, but we know we will. An update on summer project and facilities enrollment, summer school. So sort of those are our general updates. And then, but really we work on our annual entire board meeting over the summer and we'll be meeting before to see if there's any potential changes. So.
All right, thank you. Brings us to adjournment.
Mrs. Hillary, I move that we adjourn our meeting. This is Ed, I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.